when am I going to? How long from now, or how long will I have to wait to call you Dr. John when you step inside again?
Not
Because you've
long.
done the masters.
Yeah, well, not long, Andre.
You're doing the PhD.
Yeah,
Are you gonna do that?
lifelong Lorna Andre. If you basically want to stay ahead of things, you have to keep educating yourself. The world is a ever-changing place, a dynamic place, and you have to keep, up to date with relevant information, useful information. And one way of doing that is to educate yourself. Andre, actually said to myself, I'm not going to go back in any institution because I don't really like it.
Stop right there. Stop right there. I was just about to hit you with that because you've told me that a million times. Are you in doing that?
No.
When you came afterwards and you say, "Yo, Jay, do your masters," I'm like, okay, Andre, wait until he finishes and then hit him with the thing. Yo, Virgin, you didn't say that you were doing it.
Yes. And actually told Gates that. Gates said, "VJ, going back to school," and said, "Yes, Gates, let's go with me and get a computer." Actually met you and Clay St. George's. And I said, getting back in it again. And he was like, "BG," and I said, "Yes." And I saw him at the station last weekend, Galaxy Radio.
Yeah.
And he was like, I said, "I'm finishing." I was like, "BG, you're joking." I said, 2 years running already, He just looked like, just the other day, but, time goes fast.
You did it.
And the reason why I did that, and especially in that area, sustainable development, is because of my interest in politics and people.
yeah.
I thought that's an area that, we lapse in Grenada, sustainable development. We do things, but it's not sustainable. And I thought that better do some formal education in that area so I can equip myself. So actually did that basically to serve people, to ensure that I'm well equipped, to ensure that I'm well poised, that when certain projects or we want to do certain things, we don't guess. We do it in a formidable way.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Because
Thank you. I appreciate
you.
it.
You put up. Watch. Tell you something, man. Get me to take out your pictures because I don't like the picture. I tell you straight.
A lot of people say, "BJ, you look so shabby."
Yeah. I didn't want to tell you look shabby, but if you say it, I agree.
I'm always looking shabby.
No,
Always.
You think I'm stupid, yeah?
I'm always looking shabby.
When I saw it, I'm like, BJ.
I say, "BJ, how this look so shabby?" I say, "Well,
I tell you what, yeah, but and this is going to make you laugh. I know you, I know Shadow, I know Squinty. I knew Squinty. Squinty was the only one who was shopping. You and Shadow is shabby.
yeah, always shabby. Squinty always neat."
Yes, Squinty was always the neat one. You and Shadow.
Remember, Squinty was a school teacher. Right?
Yeah. You and Shadow could put on dress and go in town. Yeah.
A classmate of mine said, "BJ, this is not our graduation, I don't know where you get this photo,
But congratulations.
That's
you
okay.
You deserve congratulations on that.
Andrew, I don't bother with formality too much. And the thing about formality sometimes, it shows the wrong side of the person.
You see, what you've done there, that masters that you've done there, has it just kindled a little fire inside of me. And I have been asking myself, ever since I saw your picture on social media, I've been asking myself, Andre, should you? Andre, should you? I'm thinking, I don't know. But financially, if within the next year or so, if financially I'm able to, and health-wise I'm good, I may try. Yeah, I may try. You made me jealous. I must admit to that. You made me jealous.
That's okay.
You made me jealous.
I don't think you're jealous. I motivated you.
Well, if you put it that way.
I don't like the word jealous.
You don't like the word jealous.
No, I don't think you're jealous of me because I think you're happy for me and you're proud of me.
Of course, I'm
sure.
very, very happy.
So you're not jealous.
I used the wrong word, yeah. But it's really, really, yo,
Thank
Oh,
you.
Bridget, you deserve that. Yeah, we need to drink a glass of wine,
Andre,
BJ.
Andre,
Eh?
my small brother did his masters, and Shadow did the masters. And said,
Yeah,
BJ, why didn't you do your masters? And I was
yeah,
like, I'm busy making money while I
yeah.
have masters and stuff like that. And then I decided to jump into politics. And I thought, no,
You need it.
the requirement, Andre, you should have a masters. Why are you going and solve people and you don't even have a degree?
Yeah,
What it is you're going to tell them? That's why we have some of the problems that we have in Grenada. People in key positions aren't equipped to do the job. So they're there and they're making foolishness. And then that foolishness sort of causing our country to lose money and putting it in a bad position. And, if you got some of our leadership, not that we don't have qualified people, but I'm not sure if we don't have of educated people. There is a difference. You could be qualified, but not educated. There's a big, big difference. You need to have a change of attitude when you're truly educated. And I'm not sure if we've seen that. When you want to fight against the police, that is part of the state, in the same country that you're living in, you are not educated. You might be qualified, I'm not sure if you're educated. Anyway, that's chat for another day.
no, you've caused my ears to get clear and my eyes to open up.
Yes, when you're telling lies
As
for
you
no reasons,
yeah, as you
you're
said
telling
that.
it, without any control, you're not educated. You're foolish. And you decide to tell the nations like tell the nation X, Y, and Z, and you know to yourself you're not talking the truth. You're not just foolish, you're sick too. You're mentally deranged.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I look at it, and I look within the ranks, there are some educated people. There's some
Medical
academically
qualified people.
qualified people within the ranks of the Congress. They are. I believe Chotai has a master's or whatever. I don't think he doesn't have a PhD. I think he has a master's. Chotai.
Yes.
The lady whose name I will not mention, she too has a master's. Yeah. Dr. Mitchell sent her on to do her master's. So she too has a master's. And who I'm talking about in government, yeah? I'm just talking people in government here. I don't know the level where he doesn't have a PhD. I'm speaking here of Cornwall. He doesn't have a PhD, does he?
No.
More than likely he has a master's, but he doesn't have a PhD.
Probably.
Not as far as I know. Andel, he has a master's in something, and he's also bilingual. Yeah. In and I'm speaking to only those who are in cabinet, and I believe the young man from Mark, that's Mr. Britain, I don't believe he has a master's. I doubt even if he has a bachelor's, and that is a problem.
Well, who are you representing, Andre?
That is a problem right there. So, all right, so let's move on down. I believe she has a master's. I don't think she has a PhD. I'm speaking of Miss James, Korean James, right? It's okay, but let's run down. And we run smack into St. George's, and in well, there's nobody in Keith's constituency besides Keith himself. But when you look in Northeast, what's his name, who was in cabinet, I'm speaking here of Ron Redhead, what's his qualification? You see, so we have a problem already. And then you look at, Claudette, she's passed the bar, she's a lawyer, right? Good, so congratulations to her. But when we look to the South, the person who is always acting as Prime Minister, he is he is unqualified like me. Somebody's saying here there are no qualifications for being a politician. You well lie. You well lie in that one. Pedro, Jemot, you well lie in that one. The problem with us is that we believe because politicians of long ago used the rum shop, because politicians of long ago used the rum shop to get the votes, we believe that politicians of today should be using the same method. No, it has changed. And yes, there are qualifications to be a politician.
But there should be qualification.
Well, Karakou, imagine, Karakou was represented in Parliament by people like, did Joan Purcell represent Karakou one time? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But Karakou has been represented by people like Howard Blaze, by people like Nicholas Braffett, by people like Elvin G. Nimrod. We're talking about people who are people who, and even in recent years, what's Miss Stewart? No. And you move right down to somebody who just finished secondary school. Somebody who Keith Mitchell begged, yo, go and handle your education. Somebody who got in, won. The people of Karakou Martin gave him an opportunity. And he got in and could have done so and say, okay, fine, while I'm in here, I am going to do this. And all he's starting to do is, can't say, destroy the police because he said he did. He said he did. You understand? Why are people talking about Eric Gary? Come on.
Andre, this is 60, 70 years ago.
I don't understand them.
The world has changed.
The world has changed.
And if you want to lead, and if you want to lead people, you have to ensure that you put yourself in a position to do so. You know, like the military, Andre. In the U.S. military, you dare not become an officer if you don't have a degree.
Well, of course. How could you?
Because when somebody tell you northeast, 25
not
forward, and you don't know where to look, people are dying behind your back.
No. Watch, listen. In Barbados, you don't get into this thing if you haven't been to university.
You're not supposed to.
You don't get into this thing.
Because people looking upon you as the leader, and they're looking upon your guidance.
Your girl, and I'm going to read a statement that your girl has seen, and I want you to comment on it. Your girl, Goddess Bella, who loves BJ, and she says, only qualification a politician needs is experience and resources. All these degrees are honestly nonsense if you know how to make deals with people and leaders. Goddess Bella, you ain't get that right this time. As far as I'm concerned, I want to hear what BJ is going to say.
Well, in order to make deals with people and do it properly, you have to be educated.
Of course, Goddess, you have to be educated.
Or somebody take you for a ride all the time.
Of course.
And some of the biggest con men in the world are the educated ones.
The educated ones. And that's why our politicians in the third world countries get licked up like that, you know.
Yep.
Because when they go out there to negotiate for something for their country, one man sit down in a corner, they profiling them and realize, oh, so he ain't smart beyond this level. So you can do so and do some things, you know, so he can get starry-eyed and we go take what we want. And that's just what happening.
And you think about what we sold our electricity company for, or politicians sold it for, and think about what we had to buy it back for. Think about that. If you are educated people or qualified people doing those things, probably they wouldn't make those irrational decisions.
I don't believe that anybody, I'll put it this way, anybody who's getting involved in the politics in the politics of the day, maybe you need to say that, hey, they need to at least have a bachelor's.
At least.
Yeah.
You should. I think people without a bachelor don't, and don't get me wrong, don't think there is room for them in modern day politics.
Yeah. For real.
Remember, you probably may give or assigned to some ministerial position. You have the ministry sometimes on with you. They all qualified. We're speaking. If you're not,
If you're not up there,
I understand what
everything
this
passing
is.
over your head. You know?
they're going to take it for a ride
They
too,
take
because
you
some
for
of
a
the public
ride.
servants are
No,
who
no.
start doing that.
Yeah. Because if if you're not educated, BJ, and you get in there, and PS is not liking you, that PS taking you for a ride. You
Trick you all the time. Andre was Shaquille O'Neal and say, hang on, you know something? Yes, I have millions, hundreds of millions. But in order for me to basically ensure that these hundreds of millions stay with me, I need to go and study now. Actually, after basketball, he went and do his doctorate,
Yeah.
He's Dr. You understand? So sometimes it's not necessarily something that, makes you rich, but it certainly paved the way to make you make proper decision. It should.
But it causing people to do so and understand, BJ. When they do so and they come to you and they hear you, they have to do so and backtrack and say, hold on, that one ain't working with that one. What we are accustomed using can't work with that one. That one is educated. And come on. Stop thinking, and I'm begging those of you who are viewing online, I'm begging you this morning to stop thinking that our politicians have to be like politicians of long ago, who did not necessarily attend, whether physically or online, who didn't do that, and yeah, they're cool and they go, no, it doesn't work in today's world. If you are encouraging your children, you're encouraging your children to do so and handle their education. Now, the politicians of tomorrow are your children of today. So if you begging them to get educated, then how the hell you could still do so and want one who do educated to lead your country? What kind of stupidness are they talking, man? Come on, man. Those of you online there this morning, come on. You know?
Andre, our budget used to be $200,000, $300,000.
Exactly.
50, 60 years ago,
Yeah.
No, we're talking billions.
1.5.
2 billion.
2 billion. What's up with you guys? Angel Map, my good friend, is saying, what are you saying, Angel? Let me see if I can put up what Angel is saying there. Here, let's see. What's Angel saying there? Angel saying, in the past, like over 50 years ago, over 50% of Grenadians were not educated beyond primary level. But now it's different. So politicians need to educate
themselves.
I don't need to say anything more. You understand? We can't go back to that style of politics. No. We know people like Mr. Prosper. He's a popular man in the community. I think he could type and do other things, but it doesn't mean that he could function in today's politics.
You're going up with square pegs.
And yes, Eric Gary was brilliant, but Eric Gary could not function in today's politics.
Not at all.
You understand? Keith Mitchell, on the other hand, Keith Mitchell can still continue in today's politics. Why? Because he holds a doctorate, crying out loud, in sums. You understand? He can max the hell out of you.
The mathematics don't change.
Yeah, the mathematics don't change. So Keith Mitchell is still up there with it.
Formula remain the same.
The formulas remain the same.
If you know it.
It's as simple as that. But Eric Gary could not function. Maurice Bishop may be able to function because he was a lawyer. So he more than likely would have been able to function. Ben Jones never really did anything. Brizan Economy, yeah, he could have functioned. Do you understand? And he was at that level too. But hey, there's some who really wouldn't have functioned as politicians. They couldn't function in this day and age. And we have to understand that. We have to know that. And stop thinking that our politicians don't have to be educated. Pedro Jamont says, you're talking crap. Yeah, I can put it up. Pedro, I just like the comments like that. You're talking crap. Name the qualifications needed. Pedro, let me tell you something. If you don't know the qualifications that are needed to be a politician, if you don't know what is needed, then I suggest you unsubscribe from this program and don't look at this program again, ever. Stay away from the program. This program is too high for you. Once you could say we're talking crap and that kind of thing, this program too high for you, stay away from it. I bid you peace, goodbye, God bless you, take care. Go and listen to them other rascals and them who ain't talking nothing, you know. Are you talking crap? Pedro, come on. Pedro, you're not Peter David, nah? Nah, Peter David won't do that. Nah, would he? He's too smart for that. He's a politician too. Yeah, so he wouldn't do that together. Anyway, back to it. But BJ, I understand that some of the animals, did you hear, they're going to Carriacou also? Some of the animals that we got?
It's possible.
I also understand that some of them came here pregnant.
Yes, I heard that.
You heard that?
Yeah, and I heard we're losing some of them. So
you heard we're losing. I didn't hear the lose part.
We're losing a few.
But the thing is, I don't think that they should have allowed any animals to come in here pregnant. I don't know. That's just my thing. You've been in agriculture, so be it too.
Andre, I'm looking bigger picture, and right from the outset, I am not sure as to the purpose, the objective of the authorities bringing those animals here in the manner in which they brought them in. I want to make this absolutely clear. If somebody wants to bring in a few animals to themselves and decide to, experiment with those animals, I have no problem with that. But when you're spending state money to do those things, you have to ensure that it's done properly and it's done in a sustainable way. Now, Andre, if we would have brought in, say, 200 goats, Andre, if you take these 200 goats and distribute it to 80, 90 farmers, everybody probably get 2-3 goats, Where are we going with that kind of agriculture? Somebody to tell me. Andre, this is subsistence thing. This is thing on the edge. Andre, the government need, and I'm telling them again, to listen. They need to have breeding centers. And if they cannot do it by themselves, then team up with private to do it. Because they like to talk about public-private partnership. And Andre, when somebody wants to get involved in goat husbandry or animal husbandry, depends on what kind of animal you're talking about, they should be able to go to some farm school or go to some government, site and learn the husbandry for a while. If you want to go and take a 3-month course or visit there, every day for 3 months, that's okay. But by the time they're ready to go and set up a unit, they should be able to buy 50, 60 goats if they want to. Andre, for those things to make economic sense, you need a certain amount. Simple like that.
So we don't have the amount to make economic sense.
We don't even have a drop to make economic sense. And somebody should be able to go to the bank and get what? $100,000 and buy 100 goat and start up a unit. Maybe muster another loan to get buildings for $50,000, so it's well secured. So dogs and predial lasting is not a problem. He may need also transportation to get his feed and whatever. So you have a whole package. So when somebody decide to set up a venture, the thing is sustainable and they're able to make money, they're able to pass on that business to their family, and they're able to survive for a very long time. You have people who are involved in pigs and they die, they pass it on to the children, they get big, they die, they pass it on to the grand, and so it keep going.
Yeah.
How many people you see with animals and they constantly have it? 2 Tuesday eat it, somebody pass and tip it or some dog bite it or something like that. So you need to do those things properly, Andre, if you want to be sustainable.
No, because I really thought, that okay, fine, you're doing this. So you're going to outfit the farms where you are going to have these animals reside. You outfit them with proper pens. As a matter of fact, BJ, you even do so and you equip them, You have to equip them with protectionary services, things to protect themselves and to protect the animals.
And yes, I know it's a government, I know it's a World Bank project. However, it's done through the government of Grenada. So sometimes you need to tailor a project to suit. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if somebody giving you something and they tell you to make foolishness with it, it's your duty to say, hang on, no, I think we can do this that way and this is better done that way. And somebody give you something and he put you in a worst of position, what are you taking it for? Or aren't you supposed to be putting in your own money to regularize things, to get it done properly, to ensure that it's sustainable, to ensure that it can, make economic sense? And you're trying to reduce on our import bill with regard to meat. There are certain things that we need to do. There are certain scale in which you need to do the thing. But everybody in the ministry know that, the Ministry of Agriculture. So what is this story? Somebody need to tell me. And you just look at 5 little animal around the side and 3 little thing tied in the edge, and that and them is subsistence kind of thing. That and them is
You're ready for that. I as you say, there must be a certain amount of animals given to a farmer, and then you have to work out a plan, because remember that you are trying to deal with the food import bill as it relates to meat. So you are supposed to be able to have rolled out a plan to tell us here in Grenada, okay, fine, this is what is going to happen, and in 2 years we would have done this in terms of the food import bill, and we'd have done this in terms of increasing. But you ain't roll out no plan.
You don't know plan? It's just like somebody give you something and you're just distributing it for some members in the society to get your votes locally when the next election come. So you're going to stay in office. And Andre, this is the problem, because we're not here to solve. We are here to make a little money to put in our pockets. And this is the problem. Somebody who get into politics for a job and to make money, or they never had a job before, or they never earned money before, they never have a business before, is a waste of time. What it is you're going to tell people? Where is your track record?
Yeah.
Andre, if a man never make money, how are you going to teach you to make money?
As I was telling people this morning,
I keep telling you that already.
What's his name?
And you hear me say that for years.
Yeah, what's his name? Diali.
No broke man, no leading me, no.
Yeah, the Diali guy. He is figured out a way how to make money through mushrooms.
Yes.
So you can teach people how to make money.
That's a different thing.
That's a different thing.
He worked before. Used to work at the bank. Went and study. Gets back here, and probably that put him in a position to speak boldly. And I do understand that, yes, people need humility and people need love and people need caring in order to get into politics and those kind of things. And I do understand that aspect of things. But remember, if a man uneducated he will have problems accomplishing those tasks. Andre, you know how much time I've been outside there, and I go in people's house and my heart sink, and people tell me something, and I don't feel right about it. And is the formal training that keeps me in line,
Yeah.
And I can see why some people get irritated and make noise and cuss and break up the house and whatever. I could understand that.
Yep.
It's based on the level.
But I just
And mind you, I don't like school, eh?
Why know that?
Yeah, I don't like to sit down in classroom and I was grieving for the past 2 years or so, because every night, you have to be to class and whatever, and it's not something I particularly like, but it's something that is necessary. Sometimes it's not what you like, it's what is needed.
Imagine someone with no formal training managing the country's purse. And so says Karen Williams. A very strong statement. Eh? No formal training. No formal training. And look at it. Hold on, BJ. What formal training did... I don't know. I'm not saying he doesn't have, but I'd like someone to tell me what formal training Andy Williams has.
Andre, even with formal training and even with educated people, you still have to borrow 750 million to balance your budget.
With formal training.
With formal training.
With formal training.
You can't even balance your budget. You can't operate your business. That's what they tell me. The country's a big business.
Good morning. Good morning, Carrico. Good morning, PT Man. Nick, 10 minutes before the 9 o'clock hour.
Time is going fast this morning.
Time is really doing some
I'm not sure you man.
blazing. Time blazing. Time moving fast. I'm so disappointed, BG. I want to go back to a bit to my viewers online. I'm so disappointed that those who can view and those who can comment, that they seem to be still stuck in the past. They seem to be still stuck in the past as it relates to our politics. Because they still seem to think that a politician does not need to be qualified. And I'm real that BJ, that makes me feel sick.
Into the world past the stage whereby an unqualified person becomes the leader of a nation. The world passed that stage long time, a lot of years ago.
I don't know, man. I actually can't understand. I would think that
And most of the dictators you have in the world are unqualified people, because they would have to do wrong things in order to maintain the status quo, in order to sustain power. Uneducated. Andre, if you want to lead people,
you do so much. BJ, let me tell you something. As you here, I just Googled something and it came up. What are the qualifications to be politicians? And it says this is how you start. The first thing, get a degree. That's the first thing that's there. Research the requirements. Volunteer. Affiliate yourself politically. Work on someone else's campaign. Build your team. Get involved. Work on your campaign. How do you want to present yourself to the public? Work on that. Develop your skills. How long does it take to become a politician? Well, that's up to you. How much money a politician makes a year? That is a difficult thing. You understand? But the first thing it says here, BJ, is get a degree, you know.
Andrew,
How
sure.
you expect, I mean, you're honestly thinking that in today's world, that we're going to pick up Jack Spanier on the side of the road and make them politician?
You'll get
Come on, man.
You'll get bite.
Well, you must get bite by the Jack Spanier. I don't believe that our people. Nah. Oh. Look at what happening in Caracou.
If you don't have this thing, you need to educate yourself. People are going to have more respect and trust and belief in you. They're going to say, hang on, you know something? This person trained to do the job, because that's what education should be able to do for you. And if don't wonder why we have so much failures. Don't wonder why we have some people that when they give them certain position, they don't know how to deal with it because they never trained to the job. Andre, I just love the military because we don't have this long drawn out don't know and if I didn't know, because by the time you're saying those man dead. No.
By the time you working out the axis on this,
What you saying?
hey, man, then the country gone.
And you think man could go to ruler and piece of paper on the battlefield and measure anything? You have no time for that, you know. You have to walk it out in your head, you know.
These days when sniper walking, you have a sniper
Exactly.
here, you have a man here with a thing and calculating for the sniper and telling him wind speed and everything and distance
And direction and whatever.
What? What's
And
wrong with that?
trajectory and all of those things.
Come on, people. Just understand this, eh? For agriculture, you can't be a dunce. You cannot not be educated.
Based on the time we're living in.
Yeah.
So when people start to tell you about modern day agriculture and you go abroad and somebody start to, you go looking for something and they're talking to you and you don't know what they're talking about, then it just doesn't make sense. You're embarrassing yourself and your country.
Of course. Somebody just sent me a message and say, so what happened to the Lennox Andrews? He's educated.
Yeah.
He just don't like people. That's what happening now. He's educated. He's supposed to be able to handle the job because he has a first degree.
Andre, didn't he work
But
in
he
ministry
just,
for a long time?
yes, he worked in finance. So the problem is with Lennox Andrew, he does not like people and he lies. That's the problem, you know. Come on.
Wrong purpose.
Sky, you make a statement there. And the statement Sky make is that, and I'm going to read it for you, BJ. It says, our politics now is to eat our food. That's why they want to keep us dumb. Now, when you make that broad statement about our politics, my politics is not about eating food. Alright? So I can't agree with you there, Sky. My thing is, as the country grows, so should our politician grow. Our politicians have to grow. You cannot have a nation where you have a politician. You have a politician in the BJ, and the entire nation, the nation where everybody have PhD, and your politician have a bachelor's. So you don't see that it's chaos?
Trouble.
That is trouble.
So who leading who?
Who leading? Who leading? And if all the people with PhD behaving like them new people are getting the PhD and saying you have to call them doctor, yeah, some way bothering. A good friend of mine's, good morning there, she ain't bothering with that. You understand? However, If everybody a PhD and the politician only went to McDowell College, you didn't go further than that. How that gonna work? Tell me how that gonna work. So everybody else have PhD, they have masters and they have bachelors. The politician, the one who making the decisions, the one who going to parliament and sit down and talk, he only went to McDowell College. And I'm not putting down McDowell College, I'm just saying that's the level he got to. And y'all want to tell me that y'all okay with that?
Andre, listen to our budget presentation and listen to the debate. The discipline that involves around that is mathematics, economics, accounting. But yet still, everybody going there with a long paper like an essay they're reading out, Long drama political story.
Tell me now. Tell me now.
Because they don't understand what is required. They can't stick to the point. They're talking about Grenville, but they're reaching St. George's.
Yeah.
Or they reach them alone.
Them alone.
And the nations don't listening on the world looking at them, embarrassing themselves and the country and the people, Jeez. So, don't want to find myself in that position, my brethren.
And if you all want to know that, Lord, let me just leave this thing alone. Andre, leave this thing alone this morning. Because the people going to start to hate you. The people that you love and that I love and I respect and start to hate me because I speak the truth. And I'm saying to you, ain't nobody, and I put down my foot on this one. If you don't have a first degree, don't come and ask me to vote for you.
Andre.
If you don't have a first degree, don't come and ask me to vote for you. Better you send somebody else organization to talk to me. Don't come and talk to me if you have a first degree and you want to get into office. Yes, BJ, you're saying
so
something?
you are telling that Emmeline Pierre is now the leader of the new National Party, political leader. You're telling me that if she didn't have a master's, she have me following her?
But there you go.
That have to be.
That might be good.
Well, I want to know what are going behind her and do. You understand what I'm saying?
She has to have it.
She have to have it. That's
She
a
has to have
requirement.
it. That's a requirement.
That's a prerequisite in order to have me looking at you. Because Andrew, you're about Andrew, there is a responsibility, a huge responsibility when you decide to get involved in politics, when you decide to lead people, when you decide to lead your country. And if you do so, and you don't know what you're about, what people following you for? Andre, look at it. We have, maybe if we have in the upper house, we probably have what? 15 people there? Some, no, not in the lower house, is parliament.
Lower house is the representatives.
Yeah. So let's say in the lower house, you basically have 15 people there because it's 15 seats.
Yeah, 15 seats.
All right? Think about the education level of those people. All right? And think about the way them don't speak. Andre, I don't hear anybody tell me that you would have a budget and your budget is close to 2 billion and you don't have to borrow 700 million.
Yeah.
I'm just rounding up figures.
Yeah, round up.
In order to balance that budget, and hardly any of those that money is being spent on capital project, it tells me just like that, something is fundamentally flawed with something like that. How much people out of the 15 would you heard saying that to the nation? They leave us alone and they say take your ride, and then the nation's children have to pay back that 700 and something that they borrow. Well, that's the effect, When stupid people make mistakes, you don't understand, good people don't have to pay for it.
Pay for it all the time. all the time. Becoming a member of parliament is a rewarding and fulfilling thing, you know, where you can, and because you can use that position to change the lives of others, of people living in your constituency for the better. You can do that.
Or you can use that opportunity to rent a house for $20,000, you know.
Okay, I don't need to say anything more.
It depends on how you see life and what is priority for you. And in the planning matrix, there is something called prioritizing. And if you're not educated, you're not going to know those things.
Oh me, oh my. Andre, don't cry, no? But nonetheless, I ain't even going to read that statement.
PhD means prominent head damage.
Yeah, permanent head damage. Is that how?
It's quite possible.
This is craziness. This is crazy. Anyway, I got a bit of information here. The people of St. Mark, BJ, you know that they have their St. Mark's fiesta that's on. I think they culminate this weekend. But here's what. A notice coming in from St. Mark says interested vendors for the Reservoir Jam. The Reservoir Jam is on the 27th of April, and the 27th is what day again, boy? That's like Sunday.
Sunday.
All right. And it is hereby given notice that Shai's Bar will be accepting the fees for people who want to vend. So Shai's Bar is open today. They opened yesterday and of course today. So it's Wednesday and Thursday. I don't think you can do it tomorrow. I'm not sure. But Wednesday and Thursday so that you can pay your fees if you want to vend. All right. And the vendors, you must know that if you don't have the proper documents to vend, then you may run into a bit of a bother. So please, to all you lovely people who want to go out and vend in St. Mark, ensure that you have the proper license to vend. Today is the 24th, and they have a bonfire, and that's going to be at Alston George Park. And they have talent clash, and also Tanya log cooking competition. Anybody can make Tanya log? Well, I'm telling you down there, man. Okay. Best way to make Tanya log, BJ. Anybody who want a thing, take two dinner mints and make sure you get 2 ginger mint and put in that Tanya log, and woo, people wondering what's going on there. Yeah. So that be that for the people of St. Mark. We are going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, it's going to be Andre and BJ again. Yes, our focus is on agriculture, but you know, sometimes we just decide to take it on a different swing.
Different angle.
Yeah.
True cultural pride and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. In the spice line, hear the airwaves free.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Hey Grenada, are you ready to take charge of your future? The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union is here to help you make it happen. Whether you're starting a savings journey, planning for education, or chasing your big dreams, we've got the tools and support you need. With savings, loans, mortgages, and expert financial advice, your goals are within reach. And for the youth of our nation, we believe you. Let us help you build the foundation for a brighter tomorrow. Visit us at Jubilee Street, Grenville, Lucas Street, St. George, or our brand new modern spaces at Seaton Brunk Street, Grenville and Grandance. Call us on 442-8602 or stop by one of our branches at Grenville Cooperative Credit Union. We're not just securing your finances, we're investing in your future. Let's grow, dream, and succeed together. Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, building a brighter future for you, for us, for Grenada.
Get ready, Grenada. The countdown is on for the biggest cultural celebration of the year. It's the River Sally Fiesta 2025, brought to you by the Live Sally Organization for Development under the theme Preserving and Protecting Our Cultural Heritage Through Education and Community Togetherness. From Saturday, April 19th to Sunday, April 27th, the village of River Sally comes alive with 9 days of tradition, talent, and unity. Wednesday is traditional night, bonfire, local talent, and a live band. Thursday 24th is community spirit day, a harvest and a party like no other. On Friday, dress to impress for heritage and cultural day, featuring Saraka, Tilingo, Nation dance, and more. Saturday is your calm oasis at the Sulphur Spring, and Sunday wraps it all up with the elegant soiree brunch and a grand closing ceremony from 3 p.m. till midnight. Don't miss the moment of the culture, the color, and the community. River Sally Fiesta 2025. It's not just an event, it's a moment. Follow us online for updates and the full schedule. River Sally Fiesta 2025. Be there and be proud.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
In Grenada, we supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations, at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive. Color by Sissy. Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color. Color by Sissy. Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
Here's a fun fact. In just 20 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Woo! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free. On the radio see. Whoa!
Hey, yeah. Back with you. 14 minutes now it is, and that's after the 9 o'clock hour. BJ, you still here with me, or you want to go?
I am here, Andre. We can go on and show a little bit. It's kind of rainy on the outside.
It's raining?
Well, not say that it's kind of, gloomy on the outside. Not really rain per se, but,
Raymond Courtney, good morning to you. Yeah, good morning. How are you doing? Raymond Courtney. Let's hoping that you haven't. How's your brother, Raymond? How's Keith? Say good morning to Keith for me. You know Raymond?
Mm-hmm.
How well do you know Raymond? Is he a good guy? You think he could be a politician?
Why not?
Nah, you have a master's?
I don't know.
You have a first degree?
They say you just have to like.
That's the thing,
You just to be popular and like people, and then you find yourself in the position, Andre, and you cannot perform because you require a certain matrix.
Anyway, but BJ for my Minister for Agriculture, BJ Bertrand.
Minister of Agriculture.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have a second degree.
But you're asking me that? No, Andre.
What?
No.
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 But if that's what the people want?
If that's what the people want?
The people decide they're gonna vote you in.
Andre, the last time somebody called on your program where they write a message and I think you got upset and I could understand why you got upset.
What?
And you didn't even allow me to answer. The person wrote, I think, asking what it is that BJ would have done for agriculture. And I realized you got upset and you said, what it is the man would have done? And you actually dismissed that person.
I probably blocked them too.
Andre, I am doing a lot for agriculture. And I don't have to be in politics to do what I'm doing and to continue to do it. I don't have to be in politics to do that. I don't have to be a minister in order to do that. We give people money, we help them with materials, we provide planting materials, we drip lines, irrigation, in some cases pumps, technical knowledge. We sometimes go physically and do things for people. Sometimes we do kind of sleep in the night because people want information and those kind of things. So it's not like I have to be involved in to do my bit in politics to do my bit. I don't have to. I can do what I'm doing, and I'm sure the nation is contented with me because but there isn't anybody except you who would have asked for something agriculturally and we didn't give.
Oh, you know me.
And we don't really forget to, we just put you on hold.
I can't forget it. I can't forget so long.
No, we just put you on hold.
Oh, but the pineapple.
We get that very soon.
Coconut.
Start bearing, actually, but we planted. And I have a few plants.
How long ago you planted the coconut?
It's about 2.5, 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. When I was planting the coconut trees, it was 3 acres, and the workers laugh. They say, boss, we know you go there before this day, You see the planting that for us. And the first crop that come off, The man should give me that 100. They drink that for
drink
themselves.
that for
Yeah, man,
themselves.
drink that for themselves. Say, boss, it good, you know. See, man, they must say, go there, you know. 100 patience.
How tall is the trees,
You
though?
go on this dwarf.
How tall?
Dwarf, they bear almost to the ground.
You taller than trees?
Well, the trees, the leaf going to be taller than me, but when you're picking the fruit after the jelly itself, the water not off of the tree, it's just like your knee height.
So you have to dig the ground for them to go down.
For them to go down in some cases. Well, they're going to rest and spread across, you know. That
But
kind
that's
of thing.
dangerous, isn't it? And I think because of the spoil, innit? Spoil it?
Not necessarily because of the core, you know, this jelly has a thick skin, the water not have a thick skin. So, you know, you don't really lose so much. The thing about it is that fruits tend to, how should I put it? Don't matter how they look, if they get in resistance, they tend to restrict the growth.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like a mango, if it rests against something, it either get flat or that area, you know, being affected, that kind of thing.
Oh, somebody tell Troy George, Andre's still waiting on him, yeah? I still got the space for you, Troy. Troy George, Troy Augustine. Is that the coconut guy in the ministry?
Yeah,
Troy
Troy
Augustine.
Augustine.
Yeah, from St. Mark. Troy, still got that slot for you. You still owe us a chit chat here. But yeah. Walnut's good, but the pineapples. I'm fine the pineapple. BJ, you sold it or something?
The pineapple. Andre, we planted 15,000 pineapple plants. About to get another 5,000 again.
Where?
How
come I doesn't know?
From Santo Domingo. He doesn't have to come here and make noise and
Why doesn't
say
he know
everything
when you
that.
get it? But tell me so I can come and get my portion.
Andre. My farm belongs to you. You don't have to plant, you know. You can leave that.
No, I want to plant. I don't want you to see me coming on the cameras.
Oh. It's better you than a thief.
But no, I really want to plant so I can.
No, man,
bring
I'll get you a few pineapple plants.
Yeah, I
No
can
problem.
bring and show BJ. Look. See, there they grow.
Andre, you know, actually, ex-Prime Minister
Tillman?
Mr. Tillman Thomas.
Tillman Thomas,
yeah. He actually wanted to buy some planting plants from me. And actually gave him. Didn't sell it for him. And he actually came to my home one day, drive from Hermitage, you know, and brought me some plantains. And I say, boss, I don't really need that because I have, you know, hundreds of. He said, you have to eat some of that. You get, that kind of way. So
he likes agriculture.
Yeah,
he likes,
does,
especially animals. He
likes
animals.
He, Roland Bola, and Mr. Led from St. David's, always Minister Brizan. All of them was involved in a bit of agriculture here, there, everywhere.
How about Chotai?
Mr. Posueda.
Chotai. Yeah, Chotai never involved in agriculture. You don't know?
No. They tell me we're in some boat to go and fish.
You were in a boat?
A few boats to go and fish.
That's agriculture.
That's agriculture.
That's agriculture.
So?
Yeah. It falls under the umbrella. Yeah. Okay.
Fisheries.
We need to have a fisherman here just one morning.
We should. Because we don't really talk about the folks.
Do you have
and they are important.
You have contacts with them? With the fishermen?
Not necessarily, but I think it should be so hard to find.
Yeah, we need.
I had one friend of mine, Mr. Toby in Grenville, and he been lined up with my friends in Jamaica, and he actually was holding some programs over there, not just fish, but to do sea moss and other things.
Oh, okay.
World Bank sponsored project.
Oh.
And you see, think about it. The Jamaicans have to come and get we Grenadians to actually teach them the trade. And we have those people here, and we are not making use of them.
Yeah.
We put them one side because, for political reasons and what
How's
other
Carl going
reasons.
in with this CMOS thing,
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but Master Carl was taking this very serious.
Yeah.
And I actually bought some CMOS from Master Carl already. And this was about a year ago. And actually experimented with it.
It's still there.
he actually took the air off of the bags. I use a suction, a vacuum, pull the air out of the bags, and I try to see how long it's going to last. And actually, Andrew, after 1 year, it's
Still there.
good as ever.
All right, let's take a. Good morning.
Yeah, Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah, BJ make one mistake, and I want to correct it. He talk about all those who are involved in horticulture, but I want him to know that Mr. Michael Batiste was Minister of Horticulture too, and you're involved in horticulture.
Yes.
And the Honorable Miss Yolande Bin Horsford.
That's true.
Remember,
That's
was in
true.
horticulture too, and she did well. So I mean, I tried to. All right.
All right, one love. Good.
I just was not calling everybody's name. I was mentioning a few.
few.
So the people name who I didn't mention,
Don't feel
don't
bad.
bother feel no way.
Yeah, the battlefield though. You know, Mike Batiste, good morning. Haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, what's up with you? Yeah, we need to link up. I guess I'll just have to visit, just a karaoke every night and go there. And you should be able to find Michael Batiste.
Oh, he was complaining
About
in karaoke.
he?
Yeah.
What was he saying?
He said, but they're about to stop him now
They're about to stop him.
from doing his karaoke.
Why?
Yeah, maybe disturbances. I don't know.
Oh
I don't
no.
have a clue.
Michael's a nice guy when it comes to karaoke. I can't say other things, but when it comes to karaoke, he's a nice guy. And I could say that. I could afford to say that. Good morning to all the folks inside of Munich. How you doing this morning? Tanita, good morning to you. Here's hoping that you have a wonderful day. And Lorna, good morning. You're in St. Croix. And Monica, good morning. You are in Miami. Yeah, here's hoping that you guys have a tremendous day. 24 minutes after the 9 o'clock. Andre and BJ, and it's Agricultural Thursday. We talk agriculture. When there are really hot issues, we are going to deal with them as it relates. Right now, I'm trying to convince BJ that when he wins his seat and his party wins the election, he's going to ask them, please put me in agriculture. Meaning not me, but put BJ in agriculture.
Andre, I'm jostling between public life and private life. And I have no doubt that if I was to get involved in politics at the highest level and run for election, win my seat, become the minister, you will be seeing me here for certain every Thursday unless something important
Well, I expect
turns
to
up.
see you here
And
every
not
Thursday.
just that, Andre. The intention is to grow your radio station and not just grow it, Andre. You are a person. Give me your background. Give me your knowledge. Give me your, how should I say? No, I want to add some more. There are certain things that you think you know about yourself. Give me the manner in which you disseminate information. I'm sure I would want to have you by my side. I'm not sure about my lieutenant, but I would like to have you by my side. Definitely, you have no two ways about that. I was listening to somebody recently, and this is not just one person's statement. This is many person's statement. Andrew have the most wonderful voice, but sometimes he just behave mad and we can't take him on.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard that before. So it clearly means that yes, I probably can take you out, we just have to control you.
Nobody has to control me. I'm
Controllable.
No, I'm not. But nobody has to control me because I don't go off. If somebody bothers me, and I believe that I need them. Then
By you just saying you don't go off?
I don't go off.
Well, actually, you just go off to be saying that,
No, well, no, man.
because everybody knows better than that.
No. Yeah.
No, man, your fuse goes so long, Your fuse kind of short.
No, man.
You blow up quick.
That's what you believe. That's what you believe, but that not so. I'm trying to find here. Oh, right. Yeah. Thursday the 24th. That's today. At 9 o'clock. It should have started a short while ago. 9 o'clock up until 11 o'clock. They have a coconut workshop in St. Mark. And it's facilitated by our friend Troy Augustine.
Good morning, Troy.
Yeah, in Union St. Mark, and it says Union after the police station. That's a different one.
Andre, this is the thing that upset me all the time. When I hear those kind of mad people thing, like the government may want to do some training on coconut production, and they would ask a farmer, could you come on your farm as a demonstration? Could you do this? Could you do that? Andre, the government should have 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe 100 acres of coconut planted on one of those estates.
Yeah, bring the
Well
people in.
kept. Not just for production purposes, but for teaching purposes. So somebody who wants to do coconut, don't have an issue with regard to the husbandry, how to do it. They should be able to go up on a farm, a government farm, ask for permission for 2-3 months, whatever. And
have people come.
Andrew, what this thing about you going in seminar for one day, and they tell you something, they give you 2 leaflets, and they tell you go outside and grow some coconut. You don't find that something like mad people thing? Andrew, our next generation of farmers, we need to educate them properly, and we need to provide logistics so that they can function efficiently.
Okay.
Andrew, you don't have a coconut plant here, I think they expect to get some. But you're talking about you're teaching people to grow coconut. Andre, they called me in and they said, Mr. John, we have some coconut plants coming. Would you like? I said, very much so. But you have to come to training in order to get the plants.
To get plants.
Andre, we're begging them, hang on, you have 200-300 goats, find 2 farmers and give them those animals and keep eyes, keep monitoring it, ensure that they do it properly and ensure that they have a proper breeding station so other farmers can benefit from it. We can buy all the young ones from you so we can basically sell it over to farmers. No, everybody 2 and 3, so next election they will get vote. Mad people thing.
So the people get good so you can get vote? Okay.
The other day, that's Saraka in Potrina, and full of my van of bananas and drop for everybody who
Yeah, but you told me, I didn't ask you how that go. How did that go?
That go very well, but except people say, BJ, no banana voting now.
Fire! But there's Saraka.
Universally, we will do the same tomorrow again.
Do the same thing tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay. So how many bananas did you give out?
Maybe about 40 bunches of banana. If you have 20 people cooking, everybody 2 bunches.
Okay, so you
do the same thing again in Sali to make sure that everybody, have some banana. Provisions and stuff to,
Okay. All right.
Because some people don't bother with the flour and the rice too much.
No banana for vote, eh?
No banana for vote.
I like that.
They didn't even use the word banana, There's no fig for vote.
No fig for vote, yeah. Because I tried to give people a fig, yeah.
Yes. Good morning to everybody.
Said my behavior is obnoxious. Are you crazy?
Oh, there we go. You understand what I'm saying? So you see, you understand why I have to.
No, BJ. Let me tell you something. Here's what. Let me tell you something. And it's a straightforward situation. And that's why Andre cannot get involved in politics because people don't like you to be straightforward.
That's true.
Do you understand?
And then why do you want me to get involved?
Because you could handle that.
You could handle that?
Yeah.
So you're saying I'm not straightforward?
I didn't say that. To me, you are. But your reputation has not been tainted. Mine has been tainted. People know. That fella is a jackass.
No, I don't hear.
No, man, but my thing is that, hey, people, I listen. The people who are around me, who are part of my life, they will tell you, BJ, in no uncertain terms, that Andre loves people more than people would know. And that's a fact.
No, I think you like people. I'm sure about that.
Yeah, that's a fact. The thing is, I will be the first to tell that person to skip it. in as much as I love you, I will tell you to skip it if you have to skip it. So continue walking. Skip to Alu.
Keep moving.
Keep it moving on.
Nobody move, nobody get hurt.
Yeah, well, that's the way it is, you know. But hey, it pays to be a straight talker, and it hurts to be a straight talker. It pays because people know that you ain't taking no skipping, and it hurts because people use that to say, "Oh, that's who you are. That's what you are."
Sorry to try. Do you know, Andre? And probably we can spend 5 minutes on this, and maybe the listeners can participate.
Okay, sure.
Do you
Phone
know-
lines open, friends.
Do you know I have extreme difficulty speaking?
Speaking meaning what?
Like talking, like what I'm doing now.
You have difficulty?
Yeah. I find speaking is a real difficult task.
That's the easiest thing to do for me.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I can speak in my
You
sleep.
understand why you?
Okay, Moses, I'll be your Aaron.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You think Ferry just give me the name by guess?
Yeah, okay, Moses.
Didn't know I would need a
You gonna-
spokesperson.
Yeah, I'll be your Aaron. No, but speaking to me is just like, you know.
Yeah, it
it's
comes. I
easy.
can tell you it's natural. Yeah. I find speaking very, very hard. So if you notice, when I'm speaking, I tend to cut my sentence very, very short. While I'm speaking, I'm thinking that how could I do these things using less words? I find speaking require a lot of energy.
Well, I don't know. I've never thought about it.
You never thought about it?
No, and I've never thought about it. I like speaking and I like writing. So I read a lot. Well, of course, I'm at work, so I speak.
I guess it's your voice too. You have a
I-
nice voice.
I do.
Yeah, a voice that, how I should put it, it's not hard on your ears.
Oh, okay.
There are some people when they speak, you just,
Chotai.
I don't know.
That's Chotai. Good morning, Chotai. How you doing? Yeah. I tell you, man. This is messed up. What do you know about sports, PJ? What do you know about sports?
I play football, used to play cricket, you know. I look at sports all the time.
What's
I
the
look at-
worst thing that happened to you while playing with a football? If you don't remember, I could tell you.
The worst thing that happened
The
to me.
worst thing that happened to you while playing with a football, yourself and friends. What's the worst thing that happened to you?
You have a lot of words. I can't zero the on.
No, I can zero
Tell
in
me.
on the worst. You really want to know?
Yes.
I can give you a clue. Bathway.
Battery. Rosehill?
No, Bathway.
Battery.
Bathway. Yeah.
Bathway.
B-A-T-W. Yeah, it's Bathway. Bathway,
Can't
yeah.
remember.
Remember you lost the guys were playing
Oh
football?
yes, Andre. Yes.
That's the worst thing that ever happened to you. While playing
Yes. The ball went into the water.
And you know
The guy
something.
went and threw the ball for us. We continue playing and we never saw him again.
football. Yeah.
Up to this day. You know, Andre, I used to
Where's he
like
from?
Really? To like say or pretend that I'm good sportsman. And once when I was going to school in McDonald College, they had sports. And I remember very, very clear that we had this 200 meters in 4. But you have to, go down the stretch by Monroe Day, and you have to bend the corner by the community center day, and then come around to the winning thing there. I was leading the race for the first 150 meters. And when we turned the corner, when I look, I find it's only me alone at the behind here. I didn't finish the race. I just walk out on the side, and I go home. I see what I can.
So you're leading the first 100 meters.
150 meters.
You lead
And
it.
then when you bend the corner now to
Everybody
straighten up.
to straighten up.
I never, I don't know.
So you just kept it moving.
I just walk on the side where the crowd is.
Yeah.
And I go home.
Forget
I
that.
can't manage this.
Yeah, but I remember you told me about that football.
Yeah, man. We were playing football. Mall went see a guy named Kipling right in Battery, And he threw up the ball for us. Everybody could swim and whatever. And we just continue playing. We look for the guy and we just never find him. Disappear.
Never found.
Nope.
How did you guys explain that to his family?
How do you explain? You try to explain as a kid.
How old is he?
Maybe we were like 12, 13,
What?
14 years. Yeah, young guys. Holiday, school give holiday and we just go.
Are you
bathe in the
kidding me?
sea. Young like that. I've seen a lot of people drunk, It's not nice, not a nice thing.
You're seeing people drunk? Other people? Really? Wait, in Battery?
In Battery?
Really?
Yeah. I've
Never
seen
seen it.
people drunk in Saban Swayze. I've seen 2 guys drunk in Saban Swayze, one in Battery. It's not a nice experience.
You know Maxine Belfont?
Yeah.
He's not a good guy.
Maxine.
No, he's
We
not
actually
good.
grew up together,
Yeah, look at what he posted. BJ is one of the worst players Latas United ever produced. He never keep lying.
Well, Maxine was a supporter, so
Yeah, that's
I
all you
can
can do, support.
support that. So if you think I'm the worst, well, I don't have a problem with that.
But BJ, I believe that
Good morning, Maxine.
you can and you will be a very good politician.
You think so, Andre?
Yeah. I believe that.
I don't know. I'm battling.
Remember,
Andre.
I am your spokesman.
Well,
And if
so
I
you need
say
to
so,
listen.
you have to do so and understand.
Andre, I'm
No,
battling, and I want the public to know that that I am battling seriously with politics. It's something I think I want to do because
But
I like.
you've done the first step.
Because I like
Remember
I like
the thing
people.
the thing I just looked at.
Yes.
The first step is the degree.
Well, that's I always have that.
Yeah,
degree
but
since I was,
Yeah, but again, you advanced.
Yeah, but
Come on.
I mean,
Hey, I'm your Aaron. You're the Moses. You understand? You're the Moses. I'm the Aaron for you.
please,
No.
please don't show me the promised land. Carry me there.
A guy calling us. You want to hear?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, if you say so. The guy listening to you, guy. Hey, guy. What the guy? Collins, where are you?
Colin.
What's up, guy?
I'm good. BJ.
Morning. How you doing?
Yeah, man, good.
I sent you a few messages. I'm not hearing from you.
Say that again?
I think I sent you 1 or 2 messages, but it's a response.
Yeah, I say I have to touch base. I've been kind of missing in action a little bit. But
You're always missing in action.
Yeah, Jay, come on, you know better. Yeah, but BJ, you talking about Kipling there. I got a question for you. BJ, Kipling and Jillian, who went first?
Can't remember. Actually saw Jillian died. I don't like to speak about her. Because the manner in which she died, it was kind of awful. But I can't remember who died first. I think it was Jillian first and Kipling second. Actually, so both of them died.
When Jillian owned, I was really young at the time, but I remember because I almost got run down by the point. At Tan, them had went to get
Right.
to come back to Sydney.
Somebody had to go to Riverside to get a chew and some fins and
Yeah,
to go back to
yeah.
out of the water. That's what's Gloria.
Tan.
Yes,
Yeah.
Winston had to do that. So it was an awful experience. I don't really like to talk about it. Makes me feel sick.
So I'm thinking Kipling. I'm thinking Jillian went first.
I
Because
can't
was
remember,
really,
but it was
really
not.
young.
It was not too far from it.
Yeah, they were not too far, but it's good to. I didn't know that you was involved with them.
Come on. You don't know how the thing
Yeah.
go. When we were young, we used to be by the beach a lot and playing football and getting grapes and mangoes and watermelon and whatever. That's where we used to spend our holidays.
Mhm.
Just to bathe in the
Yeah.
city, you get white, skin change.
But BJ, that guy had good potential in goalkeeping also
Yeah,
too, man.
Kiflin was a good goalkeeper.
Very, very. I
Very
mean,
good
as a little
goalkeeper.
boy, I used to come in the park there and watch you guys. I mean, keeping
Yeah,
was good.
it happens. It happens,
Yeah.
brethren.
And I mean, looking back on that now, that
Yes,
that is,
it's sad.
and those two people, we never know what become of them. No?
Nope. The boat disappeared and never found the body.
Never find them.
No.
To tell people, Batway is nice, but we gotta be careful.
All right. Let's not listen cause people to crying now. What's wrong with you, Collins? Good morning. How you doing?
And I know you're jealous of Batway talk,
Jealous, please.
and you can always share Batway. We love him like that.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Wonderful to hear you, bro. All
Yeah, man, I'm there.
right. Thanks for
Tell
calling.
you guys, yeah, man, no.
All right. One love. Your boy Collins.
Yes.
He listens all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. 4420175. In case you want to ask BJ a excuse me, a question, you can call. We've got
I
what?
need some
Some what?
encouragement this morning. Somebody should give me some
In relation to the politics?
in relation to the politics.
But folks, you heard it well. BJ needs some encouragement as it relates to the politics. Good morning.
Hi, good day, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
All right. How are you?
BJ Nasador. I'm
Good
okay.
morning.
The question is, well, some questions are.
Your voice dropped. Your level of your voice dropped. Take it up so we can hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
That's a little bit better. Yeah.
I was just thinking that my whole academia, fraternity, my whole academia learning stage.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to sue all these people. I saw a program on television. I think it's the Last Lava Cut restoration project or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the more or less the individuals were saying that they reduced the bamboo and the blue maho because it was more detrimental to the water area. But from what I know from school, bamboo just more or less needs like an inch of water per week. The blue maho is almost like two cups per week of water. They present a lot of carbon dioxide, monoxide reduction in the habitat or its environment. Then the bamboo itself, it could be used for so much stuff in terms of textile, furniture, all that stuff. So it could be converted as a byproduct to I don't know, develop benches. I don't know, make an export tool. I'm just saying, like, from what they said on the post, they made it seem like the bamboo and the blue maho was a big issue in the area. And from what I know about biology and what I know about geography and all other stuff, it's that the opposite of it. These plants actually produce a better environment because they eliminate a lot of, like, as I say, carbon dioxide and all that stuff from the area.
Well,
It's confusing to me. So I'm thinking I need to go back to school or something.
Well, you're not the only one, because you're not the only one, because only this morning, because I'm a flipper when it comes to television. I'm flipping the channels and I flipped onto the GBN newscast. And when I saw that story, I was like, okay, I've learned that vegetation causes water conservation, but now I'm hearing that we have to take all the vegetation because the vegetation using too much water. I'm like, what the heck is this? Yeah, but so I made a mental note to do some research on that. So when I go back home, I'm going and sit down and do some research on the whole thing because I was puzzled, just like how you puzzle. I puzzled too.
Yeah, I think I need to revisit school.
And we're not saying that they're incorrect. It's just that, hold on, somebody taught us wrong. Yeah.
I definitely need a revamp.
Somebody taught somebody wrong. So as soon as I find out, I will say, hey, I find out the information about the blue maho and the bamboo, and you'll know I'm talking to you.
Tune in for that. I'll be waiting. Thank you.
Take care of yourself, man. One love. Yeah, BJ, I saw that. When is it Thompson who works in the Ministry for Agriculture?
Trevor Thompson?
I think it was Trevor Thompson, the short guy. Right, yeah. And he was talking about it. And I'm like, because they're talking about in the Les Avocats area and deals with the water. And they're talking about, well, basically, it's like pruning. They're going to be taking out a lot of the bamboo. Of course, it's going to be used. Good thing here is that they're going to be using the bamboo in Karakou. They're going to send most of it off the Karakou, I guess, to help with construction. You know, you need bamboo to hold things up and whatever. So they send in the bamboo. A lot of bamboo will be going off to Karakou. And maybe some of the blue maho too, I think, that they're going to get rid of. It's going to go off to Karakou. But the thing is, I was flabbergasted this morning, so I'm dressing, BG, and I'm like, but hold on, wasn't I taught the opposite? I don't know. What do you know about that?
They've been ever-changing world, Andrew.
Yeah.
The things that were good a few years ago, telling you now they're not useful again.
Yeah.
Because they're causing other problems.
Yeah.
Andrew, like coconut oil.
Coconut oil.
People tell you don't use it
Don't
now.
use it, no.
You can't find enough, and it's one of the most expensive oil.
Yeah.
Andre, it's beyond that. People are getting more technical now, and they are and they are suggesting that the trees such as the blue maho, all right, they are deciduous. They shed the leaves in the dry season. They don't stay green like the pine trees that you have when you're going down Black's Forest. So they are saying that when all those leaves fall, Andre, from those trees, they end up in our watershed area. Therefore, it contaminates the water. It reduces the depth of a lot of our lakes and rivers and stuff like that. They're also suggesting that the rate of transpiration, because if you notice the blue maho tree, they have a very wide leaf.
Yeah.
The surface area is very wide, so they transpire a lot more. So it takes up more water than, say, a tree that is a pine tree.
I get you.
Because it has a wider area for the sun to strike it and more holes on the leaves. So transpiration taking place. So you lose a lot more water. It dries your area a bit more.
The blue maho.
Yeah. With regard to...
But wouldn't the blue maho work as a very good retainer for moisture in the
buffer?
soil?
That's what should be happening. But when heavy rainfall, it also goes with it. All right? And because of the wide surface area, it blocks areas fairly quick. So in a lot of cases, they tend to grow naturally because they just grow by cutting up a stick and anywhere a maho tree fall, another one grows up.
Let's take this call. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
And how are you, sir?
All right, tell me.
Yes, well, DJ looking for encouragement. I remember DJ put up his hand on a Thursday morning. And Mr. Antoine was there. And I said to him, okay, and you have your PS next to you. So I don't know what you're looking for encouragement for again.
Tell him again. Tell him that again. Tell him that
because
again.
I saw the tree, the new caretakers. And I was looking for him and I did not see him. So I was supposed to call very early, but I called him and you're not responding.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So BJ, put your hands up. When your hands up already?
You're up already, man. You're up already. Yeah.
I'm tired.
No. We will prop it. Joshua, prop your hand up, say. Or whosoever, somebody will prop your hand.
Just get something to hold on to and that, leave it hanging there. No, you come in there and you're gonna do a job that everybody would be satisfied.
Okay.
Not like what you just say, I can throw tire. You throw away tie.
Leave Cho alone, Leave Cho alone.
I know you very well doing.
Yeah, leave Cho alone. Leave Cho alone.
Okay.
All right, take care. Thanks for calling, man. Wonderful.
All right.
Okay,
All
great. 53 minutes after the 9 o'clock hour. Do we have another caller? No. I just looked there and I didn't see light blazing at me. For us to have a caller, then a light must be blazing at me from just beneath the counter here. The man say you put up your hand. Man say you're PS already in Dr. Antoine. Forget that. That's it.
And my PRO in the name of Andre Dana. Andre, back to where we were, because this is kind of important and this is kind of technical knowledge. And I thought people might start clamoring. We have these bamboos and blue mango, granite and forest for years. And the thing about bamboo, Andre, you can use bamboo for many different things. I want to talk about the use first.
Okay.
I see people using bamboo to make coals like what you used to.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They make something they call briquettes with it. Some small coals.
Some cubes
cubes. Yeah, you can buy it and they export it and people have it in the supermarket selling and stuff made from bamboo.
Okay.
Bamboo grows fairly fast. That's what's good about it. But also, Andre, I don't know if you notice, whenever we have any major rain, the first thing that block up our waterways is the bamboo, Like when you're going down to, say, Baltazar, you just walk against the bridge and it stays right there and the water goes over the bridge and X, Y, and Z. Bamboo root system is the problem. They don't have a very, deep root system. And because they grow in cluster, when one go,